All right, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha platform. I'm getting ready to share this crazy article with you guys. I saw it this morning. I'm like, I gotta bring it to you. It says judge sentences man to physical castration, 50 years in prison for raping a 14-year-old. For those who don't know, physical castration for a man means removing someone's testicles. So this man is gonna have his testicles removed via a court order. And I'm like, man, I didn't know the judge could do that, but apparently they can. Let's get into it. Springfield, LA, Louisiana. A judge sentenced a man to physical castration and 50 years in prison for raping a 14-year-old girl. According to People, 54-year-old Glenn Sullivan Sr. pleaded guilty to 4 counts of second-degree rape on April 17th. Per the publication, a Louisiana judge mandated Sullivan to be physically castrated after sentencing him to 50 years in prison as part of a plea agreement with prosecutors. Quote, I want to say I've had 3 people ordered to be chemically castrated, but to my knowledge, this is the first physical castration to be ordered, Assistant District Attorney Brad Cassio said, according to WBRZ. You know, I've never heard of child sexual offenders being physically castrated, but when I posted this video on my shorts, I got thousands of views and a ton of comments of people, really cheering this on, really wanting this to happen to more people. And I kind of agree with it. Like if you're convicted of having and harming, raping children, you need to be castrated. Period. Like I don't see any other option. Per the station, Cassio said he pushed for the sentence due to Sullivan's criminal history and the severity of the case. A lot of these child predators, like they're not going to stop. They will use excuses like, "Oh, the child wanted it, the child pursued it." But as an adult, um, we all know that children are curious. That's part of being a child. We were once teenagers. We all know how that works. Like they're curious, but as an adult, you have the responsibility to be an adult and to, guide that person in the right direction and not to take advantage, manipulate, and harm that person, which is what you are doing when you have sex with a minor. I don't care like how consensual you think it is. Having sex with a minor is hurting that individual. Let's go on down here. Let's see. I felt that this case was a strong enough case and warranted such action, Cassio said per the outlet. And I just want to make this clear. I know a lot of people, I've heard of a lot of stories of a lot of children being assaulted by adults. And it's like these people get away with it. They go on and live their lives. And the victims are just left behind with the devastation. In the moment, I feel like victims don't understand what's being done to them. But exposing a child to sexuality too early leads to 2 things, from what I've been told by therapists. Either they become hypersexual, or they, have traumatic experiences around sex and do not want to have sex. So it damages them. In 2008, Louisiana enacted a law that allows for the chemical castration of men convicted of certain rape offenses. Hold on, like how come they're not castrating women either? Like how come is chemical castration only for men and why not for women? Those convicted men may also opt for the surgical removal of their testicles. Whoa. Sullivan chose to have his testicles removed, according to the news station. Per People, the Livingston Parish Sheriff's Office launched an investigation in July of 2022 after a young woman told authorities that Sullivan had raped her several times at the age of 14. According to the publication, citing a statement from the authorities, the teen became pregnant and a DNA test ordered during the investigation proved Sullivan had impregnated her. Yup, he needs to go. A district attorney commended Detective Ryan Bernard Cassio and the young victim for filing the charges against Sullivan, according to People. When it comes to children being molested and raped, impregnated by these adults, I oftentimes wonder, where are the parents? When I was a teenager, my mom knew exactly what I was doing, where I was going, what I was doing at all times. Like I knew that I couldn't get away with certain things because she had instilled the fear of God in me. Like when you grow up with a parent who hits you with the belt, who you can't play around with, stuff like this. I just kind of wonder what kind of parent did she have, and where was that parent when this stuff was taking place? Like, how do you not know your child is hanging out with an adult? And it's not normal for adults to be hanging out with minors. Like, it's not normal. It's not. I don't care what people say. It's not normal. Let's go on. It says so many of these types of cases go unreported, like I said, because of fear. The strength it must have taken for this young woman to tell the truth in the face of threats and adversity is truly incredible. the district attorney said per the publication. I'd like to look for comments. There are no comments on this one yet, but again, I'm getting a ton of comments on my YouTube channel. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe. By the way, we're growing like tremendously. I'm almost at 12,000. 1,200 subscribers. When I was just at 800 subscribers 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna move on to a different article. Let's see if I can move on to a different article here. Some more foolishness. All right, we're in Houston now, and I'm in the Houston area myself. So let's get into it. Give me just a moment, you guys. It looks like the video wants to play. I don't want it to play. The article says Houston restaurant releases statement after an employee is accused of putting his genitals in food, arrested, and he's also arrested for child pornography. Man, excuse me. What is it with these men and these children? Like, what is it? Like, what do y'all see in children? Anyhow, a Houston restaurant released a statement after an employee is accused of sticking his genitals into open food items and possessing several videos of child pornography on his cell phone, according to charging documents. This is incredibly dangerous. I'm talking about putting your genitals, urinating, anything bodily related to your bodily functions into food items because this is how hepatitis A, hepatitis B is spread. I actually got sick from eating sushi from a Japanese restaurant, I believe last year, and I stopped going to that restaurant because I realized from what my doctor told me, I got sick because someone went to the bathroom and didn't wash their hands, and then proceeded to handle food and passed on an illness to me. Luckily, I'm fine now, but it's disgusting what these people be doing in these restaurants. Let's go on. Othello Lorenzo Holmes, 27, has been charged with 5 counts of possession of child pornography and indecent assault. Culture Restaurant. This is where happening. Culture Restaurant. I'm not going there. Culture Restaurant issued a statement. 2 weeks ago, we learned that one of our employees had engaged in an unacceptable act contrary to our code of conduct, and outside of his employment, he was involved in reprehensible illegal activities of which we were not aware. We took immediate action by shutting down our establishment, cleaning the entire space, discarding all existing inventory, and contacting the police to have the employee arrested immediately. Additionally, we work with our security team to enhance our camera systems. These actions were implemented within 1 hour of the incident being brought to our attention, ensuring that the matter was addressed before the business opened again. I want to talk about these kind of men that I'm seeing in these cases. Um, Whenever you have a grown man that is single, no kids, married, single, just out doing his own thing, that is always a red flag to me because as a man, you need a sexual outlet. So it's like if I have children, I'm not allowing my children to be around grown men who don't have wives, husbands, whatever, don't have any type of sexual outlet because you're not going to look at my child as your sexual outlet. Like what goes on in the mind of single grown men would shock you. Like the depravity would shock you. What they're thinking about, what they're getting into, what they want to do to people. It's sick. Let's finish this up. The employee has been terminated. We have taken all necessary steps to restore our normal services to the public. We strongly believe this is an isolated incident resulting from retaliatory measures due to demotion. Excuse me, due to demotion. That's a weird word to say, demotion. He was demoted. Most importantly, this dangerous pedophile. Good, call him what he is. This dangerous pedophile is off the streets. We are continuing to work with ourselves and our employees and law enforcement as this ongoing investigation unfolds. All right, so it just says the investigation was launched on April 4th after a Harris County deputy arrived at the restaurant in downtown Houston to meet the restaurant's manager. The manager showed deputies a video of Holmes placing his penis into open food items at the location records show. Oh man, like I wonder, can you get chlamydia, gonorrhea? I know you can get hepatitis, but what about like chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes? Like, can you get this stuff through ingesting food items with contaminated genitals? Holmes reportedly confessed to putting his genitals in jelly, stating he had a sexual. Okay, I gotta pause. Let me reread this. Holmes reportedly confessed to putting his genitals in jelly, stating he had a sexual urge. However, he stopped himself before he ejaculated. He also admitted to having these urges frequently and has a history of sexual offenses, saying he has a problem with these sexual urges and needs help, records show. Then why didn't you go get help? And that's the thing, is like these people, these men be knowing they need help, men and women, they be knowing they need help and they don't want to get help. And I just don't understand why. It's too late now. It was not clear from the documents if this was Holmes's first time allegedly contaminating the food with his genitals. Nope, it wasn't his first time. I believe it was not his first. Reached by phone, a manager at Culture Restaurant told the news station that Holmes had been a cook at the restaurant for several months and that he no longer works there. Again, he's charged with indecent assault. Okay, let's talk about the child porn seized from his phone. Excuse me, you guys. Holmes gave written consent to the forensic analysis of his cell phone on April 15th. According to the documents, investigators extracted over 100 images and 5 videos of child porn. The videos contain children between the ages of, oh my gosh, infancy and teens engaged in sexual intercourse and various sexual acts, according to the documents. Like, when I read this stuff, I have to pause. I just have to pause for a minute because an infant, like, first of all, where are y'all finding this stuff at? Like, where are y'all finding this stuff at? And then, like, it's like, what do you see in an infant? Records show an image was also found in the device, showing a chat conversation on Telegram, a social media platform. The conversation was reportedly between Holmes and another user, Princess, in a chat room named Devil Lair. In the conversation, Holmes says, "Super pervy yesterday. I wish I had access to kids." And Princess says, "I wish you did too." Cry face emoji, record show. Disgusting. He needs to be castrated too. 2 more videos were extracted, which show Holmes fondling his genitals while lying near an unidentified child who appears to be under 6 years old, according to the documents. Investigators stated he was identified as the man in the video by his tattoo on his arm and the bedding seen in other videos. We kept an idiot. We kept investigating this person, and boy, I'm glad we did, because we got a subpoena for his phone and we found some really horrible things on his phone. We found child porn, and we are fearful that he potentially may have, and at some point, molested young children. Due to the nature of the evidence, statements made by Holmes about him needing help with his sexual urges, and Telegram conversation, it was determined Holmes was a danger to society and should not be around children. All right, let's see. Let's finish this up here because I am not going to read this whole thing. Investigators are looking to speak with parents who have children who may know Holmes because they believe he may have been creating his own child porn and sharing it. And then here's a contact number. Once again, like I told you, stop having your children interact with these grown adults who have no sexual outlets, who don't have partners, who don't have children of their own, who are just out here living solo dolo. Stop it, because again, they're looking at your children as targets, victims. Let's read some comments. He will Mr. Bing says he will receive special treatment in prison. He certainly will. Fat Boy Slim, he go in jail because he perfectly. Okay. Mikhail, he's single, ladies. I think Mikhail said that because there's this rumor that you ladies like these jailbirds. Fat Boy Slim also said he is like the singer from Queen. Are you referring to Freddie Mercury? Freddie Mercury was never accused of this stuff. Like, so stop. John Wick says just spreading the love. Okay, I'm done with this. All right, you guys. So, what do you think about these stories? Just be careful out here with your children. Be careful about who you're bringing around yourself and your family, because a lot of people are predators out here. A lot of people have depraved minds. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the Outward platform. Thank you guys so much for the growth. I greatly appreciate it. I cannot believe I've grown so much in 3 weeks. But I've been working very hard at it, and I'm very thankful. Thank you guys so much. Take care and peace.